look at how we can get a random number. Random numbers for us to use, well, the simplest way for us to use it, we need to import a module called random. So let's import random. See, there I go again, trying to put E on everything. And then let's help random.randInt, which is how we're going to get a random number. So the randInt, and it's got an A and a B, it's going to return a random integer in the range of A and B, including both endpoints. So let's look at how we can do that. We could do for roll in range 10, print random.randInt 1 through 6. So it's going to include 1 and 6. And then we'll do end equals, so it'll print horizontally. Okay. And there we go. It gave me random numbers. Those shouldn't be the numbers you have on your screen because they're random. Let's practice with a program. Let's open a new script file, and this project is on page 90 and 91 if you want to follow along in the book. So we're going to get a random number from the computer, and then the user is going to try to guess what number that is. Let's start by saving this program. Let's save as random.py. Make sure you save in your Chapter 3 shared folder. Okay, so we need to begin by importing that random module. Okay, I fast forwarded through me typing all that because I'm sure you didn't want to listen to me drawn on and on while I typed. So we have several variables that we declared before our loop, the smaller and the larger. So the user is going to pick how many numbers that they get to guess through. So they could enter like 0 and 100, or they could just enter like 1 and 10, and then of course, it would be easier for them to figure out the number between 1 and 10. And then we have a my number, which we are getting with that random generator. So random.randInt, and we're going to start with the smaller number that the user entered and go through the larger number. Then we have a count variable that we're initializing at 0. Using a while true loop, every time the loop iterates, we're going to add 1 to the counter so that we can tell the user eventually, hey, you got it in this many tries. Then we ask the user to enter a guess. If the number that they guessed is smaller than the random number, then we say it's too small. If the number is larger than the random number, we print too large. And then otherwise, it's going to be exactly the same. So we print congratulations, you got it in how many ever tries, how many ever times this loop has iterated, and then we break out of the loop. Okay, so let's try it and see if it works. Maybe it's not going to work. Oh no, what did I do? When I tried to run that program, Python crashed, idle crashed. So I looked it up on Google because that's what you do when you have an error problem. You Google things and look right here. It may be a common problem that happens when you have in your current directory a file with the same name as the same one for Python. So when we named this random.py, and random is a keyword, so it did not like that. So when I named it random2, it worked fine. So let's do a file save as, or find that file and rename it to random2 or random3. It just doesn't need to be random.py, and then it should work. Okay, so now I'll show you what happens when I run the program. Enter a small number, I'll do 1. Enter a large number, I'll do 10. I'm going to start with 5, that's right in the middle, that's too large. Let me try 3. Oh, I got it in 2 tries, okay? And then if you want to play again, F5, you could do 1 and 100, and then that would be a fun little challenge. Too large, 25, too large. 15, too large. 10, too large. 5, too large. Let's try 8, too large. 7, got it in 7 tries. Okay, so play around with it, test some different prompts, but that's kind of a pretty fun little game to play.